Hello. I hope everyone's having an pt.1 a good day so far. Um, we'll try to balance it out. This is a really heavy topic. There is trigger warnings throughout what we are talking about, and these are raw, true stories upon what happens to Native Americans and people of color, the injustices of people in color, and what we are doing to make our pain into medicine. And as Indigenous people, we make our pain into medicine because a lot of you may know what had happened to us. The government um, has, tried every way to erase the Indian inside of us, cut our hair. But, me having long hair is resilience. Me speaking about it is resilience. So I have been working with International Indigenous Youth Council, and they are an amazing organization globally that have Indigenous youth, non-Indigenous youth put forward our Indigenous struggles, put forward, raise awareness upon the environment, Mother Earth, how we take care of the Mother Earth. And I also am a representative of Earth Guardians, and Earth Guardians, I don't know how many of you know Shatiska Martinez. He is a rapper and whatnot, and he's my boy, and he's really caring about the environment, and he started this fund where you donate $5 and they're planting trees, because right now they're planting trees to save the environment, to create more oxygen, because the rainforests are going extinct because of paper and money and everything that comes with that. It's the society that we lived in, and we all may know that the society we live in today is unsustainable. It's very unsustainable for the environment and Mother Earth, and we are very taking, and we do not give anything back anymore. As Indigenous people, we have lived on these lands that our one main rule was to leave it as you left it, because there was societies way before colonialization, but they do not know that, and they do not see that because we never left a trace. We never did that because we honored Mother Earth. We sang songs for her, and we gave back to her with our ceremonies, our seeds, and our knowledge and our dances. She feels good when we dance on her. She feels good when we sing to her. And plants grow faster when you sing to them. It's a common study. And songs, the way I learned a lot of my Lakota was from songs and through songs and spirit, and the spirit of the song. And just know that we are, through what I've seen, what I've been through with the Dakota 38 ride, we are as strong as the spirit of the land, and we are still here. And we will keep doing these events because the sacred hoop of life has already been broken due to colonialization, and we are here only to mend it and fix it. And events like these is like in the prophecies that will mend the sacred hoop of life, that which is broken through colonialization. I want to get out my phone because I got different topics to talk about. So introductions, who you are and why is this important to you. This is important to me because it has really impacted my family personally, and I know a lot of people from the reservation that are struggling because their sister, their student, their teacher, their mother, their niece have gone missing or murdered. These are people's daughters, these are people's babies that go missing, and this is also interwoven trauma that's adding on to what is happening / what happened to us as Indigenous people. And we are here to make a stand against colonial violence, and I would like to cover how man camps and missing and murdered Indigenous women are very intricately connected. They're intricately connected because a lot of the reservations are out in the middle of nowhere in the out west, and that's where a lot of girls go missing, because these man camps are heavy violence against our women and two-spirit people on these reservations. And my friend from North Dakota, was walking on the side of the road, and she got picked up by 5 men, raped and beaten, and got dropped off. And that's everyday, what I mean, life for a Lakota. And we should not go through that as Indigenous people because we matter, and we are still here, and we're still protecting our rights as Indigenous people. And and it's really sad because I do a lot of organization work, and I have done a missing and murdered Indigenous woman ride. Um, we rode horse to honor. It was a 10-day thing. No, it was a month thing. But I only could make it for 10 days. But my friend, her name was Wakio Washtewi, and that means good lightning woman. And she became a missing and murdered Indigenous woman. And it's funny how that plays out because we do so much as Indigenous people, to protect us and protect our reservations, and it could happen to you. And it's just so crazy and mind-boggling how, maybe we do this next year, and maybe, I could go missing as a missing Indigenous person, or, missing and murdered Indigenous men, because a lot of men have gone missing. And I'll talk about my cousins and their stories. I wrote poetry for my one cousin. He went missing and murdered in California, and his name was TJ Sean Looking Horse. And he was a really good person. He was a cowboy, and I really looked up to him because my family is ranchers from South Dakota. And my other cousin, Hanhepi Maniwi, that means walks on the night woman, and she went missing and murdered in South Dakota. And they're really graphic murders, so I don't really want to talk about them, but it's so heavy on my family. It's so heavy still on myself and my chante and my heart to talk about, but we do this to spread awareness and to educate people that don't really know what's going on, and to see the real dangers within our communities, the predators within our communities, and basically, keep moving forward, that this is epidemic of itself. This is a statistic. This is a issue that needs to be solved. And I would like to honor. It's called Drag the Red, and Drag the Red is a woman started called Drag the Red because her younger sister in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg, Manitoba is the most highest rate of crimes. It's really bad over there. And this woman, her younger sister went missing and murdered. And she went to go looking for her. Her body was unfortunately never found, but that was enough motivation for her to create like a search party. So she got a lot of men in her community to get a boat, and they had these things that went down. There are hooks, and she went to the river, and she went down, and she, like an anchor, but it would drag on the bottom. And within that one river in Winnipeg, Manitoba, they found 7 bodies under the river, which were mostly Indigenous women. So that just gave me goosebumps just talking about it. But it's really, really bad. And that was just in 1 year that they found 7 bodies of missing and murdered Indigenous women, which one of them was Tina Fontaine, and she was wrapped in plastic as they found her. So it's really horrible what's happening to our Indigenous women. They themselves have stories to tell, which they could only tell to the Creator, and they're really strong. And today we put down tobacco for them. We have sang songs for them, and we that are still here, we have to stay strong. And I want to sing songs for you guys to, especially for Indigenous women, to fight for yourself, because I've experienced depression. I'm sure along the road we go through hard patches, and you just need to fight for yourself, because every day it's getting out of bed. Every day, with whatever happened to you, I want you guys to fight for yourself, because you matter. All of you matter. And just fight for yourself in everyday struggles, and what makes you happy and what makes you thrive. And I also want to talk about Vanessa Gulligan, and she was found at an army base station. She went missing last August, and the really messed up thing was she went missing, and she's Latino, and talking about people of color, and it's really sad because a lot of my friends from South Dakota go to the army base because um, they can't afford education, because my Lakota people, we come from we've never signed a treaty over. So there is some tribes that do get money, do get a lot of stuff, but the Dakota, Lakota, a lot of people looked up to us, not one, because we're the only nation that defeated the government in U.S. history in war. And it was a Cheyenne woman too, the Cheyenne and Arapaho. It was a Cheyenne woman that knocked Custer off his horse. And that's a real big win for us. Woo! And you know, we're really proud of that. And also we're really proud, after that, we have never signed a treaty. So we've never signed a treaty, so we don't get any benefits whatsoever, which leaves us to go to, the army base to get moral education, because it is literally like a third world country. It's Cheyenne River is the poorest county within the nation, and that, is baffling, and it's just in itself because we were once so strong, but we are still really strong, and we are doing rides to prove that. But I want to talk about Vanessa Gulligan first, and she was found in the army base, and while they went searching for while they were searching for her body around the corral, they have found another body, which belonged to Gregory Morales, and he was also Latino. So I just want you guys to know, this is the government that kind of controls the world, and if they're finding Black and Indigenous bodies within the army base, and who knows what they're hiding, you know what I mean, and who knows what they have planned. And I want everybody to know, like, I've met Native Trump supporters, and that's a real thing. And I just want them to know that we will always become last no matter what. If you're not a white, straight male, basically, you will be at the bottom of the epitome, and, they do not care for our health, they don't care for our well-being. And with this COVID crisis, this one, actually, ICU in South Dakota, they asked for more corona kits, and then instead the government gave them body bags. And I want to talk about that a little bit, because that's just, is shame, and it's shameful towards the government about, okay, we don't care if you get the coronavirus, here's your body bags, you know what I mean? So it's an ongoing thing. Racism never dies. It's very well taught, and it's very, it makes me ill to my stomach when I see racism, when I see any type of genocide within our communities. Gentrification is something that a lot of my organization does go against and tries to wear awareness on, but it's what happens to Black and Indigenous communities. And I want to talk about what the Dakota 38 ride is. And the Dakota 38 ride is, a lot of you may know Abraham Lincoln. He is not such a great person, because he hung 38 Dakota chiefs the day after Christmas. And that was a lot of our knowledge, I see. That's a lot of knowledge we cannot get back, so they really did an impact on us. I'm Dakota, you know what I mean? And South Dakota and North Dakota is named after the Dakota people. They have a really weird, powerful relationship with us, because they name a lot of things Dakota, but they do not really respect us as a people. They've taken all of our resources from the Black Hills. They have taken everything, and they have not given us a dime. There is, a still standing deal with the Black Hills, billions of dollars that we will not take. We will never ever take money. We have not ever signed one treaty. Till actually we did, and it was this guy named No Ears, and the Lakota were so strong. They were starving us out to sign the treaties because they had killed our buffalo. They killed all of our main sources of food, and they kept us in these concentration camps basically. And then there is a Lakota guy named No Ears because he wanted some food, and then he signed a treaty, and then the Lakota cut his ears off. So that was a warning to everybody else who was Lakota and signed treaties, because we don't make deals with the government. We have foreseen what they had in store for us, because we have had seers, we have had holy people that have seen everything that colonialism had in store for us. So we never did, and we have tried to in our every way possible, a bit of our being, to not let that happen, but it has, because they took a lot of our main sources of food. And we had foreseen what was coming, and it's here. Pollution of the mind, of course, with society and everything that brings, and the numbness of our bodies, which society brings, and the alcoholism and residential schools, and yeah, I'll get back to and I want to talk about the RCMP, and because the RCMP continues to prioritize the relationship with the government and corporate industries than the lives of missing and murdered Indigenous women and Two-Spirits, because millions of dollars is being poured into war, being poured into illegal raids, and pennies are going to our statistics of missing and murdered Indigenous women. So they prioritize everything but, and it's really sad but true. It's really sad, and it's really intricately woven within the trauma. And I wanted to share a poem for my cousin. It's telling his story for TJ Sean Looking Horse, and I'll sing a song for him after.